So I'm doing a lot of posting, or just kind of delving into the history or the story of Stereo Realist, and at the end of the day, I still had a purpose. I needed to find a way to make people use this camera, and I solved my problem many moons ago, like last year, or at some point before last year. I presented it at my National 3D Day thing, but nobody watched it, of course. So this is a camera that is absolutely, nothing about it makes sense. It's like 17 pounds, and it's ill-designed. The history of it is just full of holes. So I'm going to teach you the techniques that I created to make this a usable camera in 2024 or 2025, whatever year it is. So, first of all, this is the burst. This is something that basically, I think it was added onto the design as it was being manufactured. I saw a sketch of a design that actually had them up here, like as a normal design of a camera would, but these are the rangefinders. If you block these, you are not able to focus the camera. They're hidden. They're not even, like, obvious, right? So, like, you don't even know if you're blocking them if you don't know what they are. Like, you think maybe you're shooting out of the center hole. You're not. There's a composition. Oh, that's the other hack, by the way. There's a composition, and then there's a split screen rangefinder, and you may very well pick up this camera and be like thinking that you're gonna like shoot out this hole, and like think that you don't know how to use the camera because your fingers are blocking the rangefinder. So shoot the camera upside down. Okay, there's so many issues with this camera, so many complaints, so many design flaws, so many just inexplicable things that are just mitigated and alleviated by shooting the camera upside down. First of all, this is a normal way to hold anything. I'm sorry, I don't hold things like that. I like to hold things from the bottom so they don't drop. I hold things like that. My fingers naturally do not cover the viewfinder. When I'm holding this like this, you think I can't focus it? Of course I can focus it. I can focus it just as easily as I would over here, except I'm trained to do it with this hand. So, like, this for me is going to be harder for anybody else, just because I have muscle memory in my fingers, and that's it. So you're gonna focus your camera like this. And so these are your rangefinders. I'm going to compose the scene with my regular, you could even put another one on here, da-da-da-da-da, and then I'm going to focus, I'm going to go da-da-da-da-da, hold on, I'll just back up a little. Alright, so like right now, I'm going like that. I can cock my shutter, and I could just fucking shoot with my thumb. Oh my god. It's not up here on the left. This is a left-handed design camera. I will not believe the story that this is not a left-handed design for a left-handed person, unless I find evidence that the person used their right hand all the time, and perhaps I will make an exception. What's so hard about doing it up here instead of doing it down here, right? You can do it all over the place, but let's do it on the top of the realist, right? On the bottom. Let's make the bottom the top. That's all you have to do. That's like the number one, almost like I'm going to say 60% of the things that you hated about the realist are just dealt with right there. The other one is, these are the rangefinders. These are the viewfinders. Like, yeah, right? Now, so how are you going to do this? People don't know to, like, this is, I've given, so I like used to like, almost accost people on the street. If I saw you with the camera, I'll be like, hey, you want to try my camera? It's like try my camera. It's like, okay, they'll try it. They're like, I'm like, shoot the camera. It's like, I don't know how. It's like, shoot the fucking camera. And they couldn't because it's ill-designed. It's just bad design. It's bad design on purpose. Why would you do that? So this is a telephoto cell phone lens, you know, like a smartphone lens. And you don't even have to use a telephoto or smartphone lens. You can find something that works for you, which you will never hear anybody in stereo say. I was even using just like a piece of like just like optical glass and just like sticking it on with like nano tape, and just having it. So first of all, like these are your viewfinders are just, they're not only minuscule and small and impossible to see through, they are also flush against the camera. So you will like one day like smack yourself in the eyebrow and like get a bruise. You will like definitely smack yourself in the nose and like have like, you know, a bruise. This is a very heavy camera. Like this is a very heavy camera. I remember I was going to get some film developed and I saw the girl behind the counter and I'm like, shoot the camera. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, so you have to do this. She's like, why is it like this? And I'm like, I actually don't know. And nobody wants to like pick up 7 pounds of like aluminum and just like try to shoot it like this, you know? So these are my 2 tips. Shoot the camera upside down because, you know, the camera is so well designed that shooting it upside down makes it easier. And stick a type of like, you know, diopter, like do whatever's good for yourself. If you need like something that has like a little negative to it, like do that. Just like stick it on. And this is something that, first of all, like you won't be blocking your rangefinders, but second of all, the actual split screen on this, it's like, I was looking to, it's like, it's not even like the exact same aspect ratio. It's like a small one on the bottom and like a big one on top. So when you flip it over upside down, it's like, you know, a lot smaller on the top and it's a lot bigger on the bottom. So they don't even like match right, which is, and yeah, like, please come on. And this is something that like you will also not just like smack yourself in the eye because you actually have some clearance between your eyeball or your nose and the camera because it's not flush against it, which is also just terrible. And I've never seen an accessory for a realist that dealt with this issue, with this viewfinder issue, which is the only issue that you really have besides like, well, the other ones. But you know, and before you like cast the first stone that like, oh my God, I'm bad mouthing like history or like, you know, this camera. It's like you teach a class to survive the perhaps 50,000 cameras that are not going to be in use and like, you know, haven't been for the past 40 years because nobody has like survived this camera at all and nobody has cared. So like go ahead and cast the first stone while I like tear things down and instill new cultural values for things that are meaningful. Thank you. And you can even do something like this with smartphone lenses. There's so much you can do. Hang out for a while. I'll teach you right. I don't even like to teach. I like to facilitate. So I'm wearing 2 pairs of glasses. Stay real. Like, what do? I do I do a 3D sign? I do it.